Hey Ardent, we're now on Wednesday, April 8th. So your programming is going to be 4 6-minute AMRAPs, as many rounds as possible in your 6 minutes. You're going to be working through 4 different AMRAPs. You will rest in between each one for 3 minutes. So this is quite some time here. That 3-minute rest is obviously designed for you to get heart rate back down, get ready to go, kind of gather yourself before you work pretty hard into your next 6 minutes. We talk about 6 minutes being a shorter time domain, so this should be pretty sprinty while you're working in your 6-minute portion here. All right. So we're going to start out the first one. This first 6-minute AMRAP is going to start. You're going to go a 200-meter run. If you do have a rower and or a assault bike, you are welcome to work through your 20 or 15 calories instead. So if you don't want to run today, you have calories you can row and or bike, 20 or 15. So 200-meter run or 20 or 15 calories. You'll come back in from that. We're going to work through really an old school crosser movement. I was talking to Matt Fowler about this a couple weeks ago, and we happened to discuss deck squats. A deck squat is kind of an old school movement. It's a very functional, somewhat just will look very gymnastic-like for those that are in gymnastics, but this is going to be a deck squat into a tuck jump, 15 of these. These are difficult, so I'm going to have Sean demo one of these for me. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah. So a deck squat, watch behind you, that kettlebell there. Yeah, there you go. You're good there. Yeah. So he's going to work in through, he's getting basically sitting down, bringing his feet off the ground, and he'll work through an explosive movement of trying to get his sitting back to a top position. And then he'll do a tuck jump, 1. He would then do that exact same thing again. And that would be then 2, right? So they're hard. They're supposed to be hard. If you have a lot of ankle flexibility, you can get yourself seated a little bit more and jump, but either way you're going to work through that. Not really much of a scale to this, other than the fact that you might do a little more of an explosive sit-up and kind of use your hands to get yourself into a squatting position and tuck jump from there. But 15 tuck jumps. You'll then go back and forth, right? 6 minutes worth. There's some rounds that you should have here. 200-meter runs a minute, 15 deck squats less than a minute, or a minute if you're not great at these. So, we're looking for 3 or 4 rounds of this first portion here if we can handle it. You'll then rest 3 minutes, working the second AMRAP. That is going to be 20 pistols. If we have pistols, that is a 1-legged squat. Sean will demo a pistol for me, right? We're going to work down. Good. That would be alternating pistols, right? A total of 20. Good. Perfect. Thank you. So that would be 20 of those. You'll then work into 50 double unders, or if we did double unders yesterday, did a little too many, you can work through 20 toe taps as well, which is any sort of kettlebell, wall ball, dumbbell thing. You're just going to alternate through 20 of those, right? Back to your pistols, 6 minutes worth here. Again, some rounds, especially if you have pistols. This is a lot of rounds here, right? You'll rest 3 minutes after the second AMRAP. The third AMRAP, we're going to go 6 minutes. This is jumping lunges and a 200-meter run. So jumping lunge is getting to lunge position, tapping the back knee, and immediately jumping into the next lunge, right? Your kind of appropriate modification for a jumping lunge is just more of a slower stepping back and forth. The heart rate is the design, so as quick as possible is what I'm really looking for here, so the jumping is what I'm kind of after, but trying to get full range of motion by the knee tapping is really the biggest portion here that we're looking for. So then we're back to that 200-meter run, or 20 or 15 calories on a row or bike if you've got one of those two. We'll then rest again 3 minutes into the third AMRAP and go to the final AMRAP, which is going to be 20 goblet squats and 20 hollow rocks. So having some sort of implement like a kettlebell, a dumbbell, we'll put that thing in the front rack. In this case, Sean's going to be using the heavy boy, and he'll work through a good goblet squat, right? 20 of those. You'll be a little fatigued by the time you hit this, and then he's going to work through a hollow rock. So a hollow rock is getting himself into a good hollow position. We're after here, and we're thinking arms overhead, feet or toes pointing. A good sub here is maybe the arms come forward and onto the side here, right? And we can kind of keep that motion. You're just doing 20 rocks, right? 1 rock is 1, right? 1 rock is 2, 20 total, working back and forth. Hard to control. It's not a sit-up motion. Think low back being there, by shoulders and hips being off the ground, and then we're going to work through that 20 hollow rock portion. So 4 AMRAPs, right? It's a lot of work as far as getting through these 4 AMRAPs. We are resting 3 minutes in between. So as far as a clock goes, you're going to work through 9, 18, 27 to 33 minutes. So it's quite a bit of clock time as far as this goes. So take your time on the rest, get your heart rate down, and then work hard through those AMRAPs of 6 minutes. There's your guys' Wednesday.